trying to figure out why I'm like this shit, you know? I'm in therapy right now. I thought therapy was for white people. I saw you trying to clap for therapy. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead, girl. Oh, y'all late. Nigga, stop. Y'all late. You left this woman by herself. She was clapping with confidence like, oh, I'm the only one, bitch? Damn. I thought therapy was for white people. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I thought it was for you, white people. I thought it was, triggered, y'all. I thought it was you. And then I got a little money. I took my first vacation. I realized, oh, it's for people with money and time. White people just had that first. Sneaky motherfuckers, I swear to God. I knew I had a problem. I knew I needed something. I knew I needed somebody to talk to because I was living the best day of my life and I was having the worst time. I always told myself if I made a little money, I was gonna relive a day in my life like Jay-Z's Big Pimpin' video. Big Pimpin' is about one man, Jay-Z. He's out there with his best friends in Miami or wherever the fuck they were at. And they were having a blast, though. They had boats, yachts, money, champagne, booty everywhere. And I love booty, especially when it's everywhere. I mean, champagne, yacht, everything, dog. So I was like, I want to do that, and that's what I did. I got my first TV check, and I flew all my homies out there, dog. And no one tells you how expensive that is. Jay-Z ain't right about that shit one time, nigga. You should have told me how much it costs to fly niggas who are in between jobs to Miami. I did it anyway, regretted it so much. But they got out there, man, we had money, we had champagne, we had booty everywhere. Like, not as much booty as Jay-Z had. He has a lot of money for a long time. This is my first check, fam. Come on, chill. I had half the booty everywhere. I didn't have all the booty. And it wasn't half booties, though. They were full booties, just half the people. It wasn't like one woman was sitting there with one cheek working on the next cheek. You know what I'm saying? Although we do support progress, so. Anyway, we were having a great time. We had a yacht. At least I think it was a yacht. I'm from a landlocked state. Bitch, I don't know boats like that. But it had yacht energy, nigga. I called it a yacht. Until somebody was like, this ain't a yacht, this a boat. And I was like, walk the plank, bitch. You know? Nah, nigga, fuck that. And I pushed his ass off. He ain't never been back. I ain't never seen him again. He's in the ocean now. Champagne, money everywhere, booty, I'm crying hard. And that is not what Jay-Z did in the video at all. You don't even have to have seen the video to know Jay-Z didn't do that. I don't know if you've ever cried next to a woman twerking with all her might, but it's not cool looking. Go ahead, girl. Meanwhile, what's wrong with him? Soon as we docked, bro, I had to see what was going on. I had to talk to my white friends. I'm like, how you find a therapist? They're like, well, sometimes you gotta go through a few until you find the one that's right for you. It's like dating. I'm like, okay. Well, what if I find a black therapist, someone who can speak to my life experience, you know what I mean? And I tell him all my deepest and darkest shit, and then all of a sudden we break up, because that's what happens in relationships. And then I gotta see this nigga at a barbecue or a kickback, and he telling all the hoes I'm crazy about a potato salad. I don't need that kind of pressure. So I picked Deborah, white as hell, 75, hair in her chin. She don't know nobody I know. You can have all my secrets, Deborah. I'm triggered as hell, my nigga. We do not run in the same circles, me and Deborah. My circle, rappers, degenerates. Her circle, dead probably. I don't know who that lady hang out with. Shit, she's 75. I don't know, Joe Biden, Benjamin Franklin. I don't know. Deborah's my nigga. She just can't say it back. I don't care how close we get. I don't care how many breakthroughs I have. Watch your mouth, Deborah. Sometimes I like to end our sessions, you know, just keeping her on her toes, you know what I mean? Sometimes I'm like, hey, Deborah, hey, before you go, you my nigga, dog. She's like, ha. And you're my client. Don't forget to Venmo, player. Always about the money with this motherfucker, man. All my therapy sessions have been over Zoom, so I don't know if my therapist has legs. Now, I assume she has legs because everybody in my life has legs. But I also know there's a legless community because I'm not ignorant. Wake up. I love telling white people to wake up. Especially when they're already awake. You ever try to tell somebody to sit down when they on their way to sitting down? Me and my friends used to do that to each other all the time. As soon as I was sitting down, they'd be like, sit your ass down. I'm like, nigga, I stand up forever. Fuck. Because I started therapy in the middle of the pandemic, man, and it was crazy. I'm glad we all get to kind of be in the same room again to kind of get back to a sense of normalcy, bro. For real. And by normalcy, I mean, you know, getting back to remembering there's other ways to die. Because COVID had it locked down, my nigga. Like, it was locked for 2 years straight. It was COVID death, COVID death, COVID death. COVID, to the point where I saw a dude die from a car crash. I was like, good for him. You know what I mean? Truly, man. There's no visual proof that Deborah has legs, dog. She's never walked into a Zoom, ever. That's not Zoom etiquette. Everybody who got a Zoom starts settled. That's Zoom etiquette. You start settled. I've never started a Zoom, my dick in the camera like, oh shit, my bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. Never. I tried to trick her one time. I got smart one day. I tried to trick her to act like somebody was in a house so she'd get up to go check. I was like, damn, ooh, Deborah, somebody in your house. She's like, ain't nobody back there. Fuck. Just tell me if you have legs, bitch, damn. I meet her in 3 weeks for the first time in real life, and if she don't have legs, I have to act like I knew that. And you know what that means. You know, we've all been in a situation where you show up and somebody got some shit you ain't expect. You know the rules. Full eye contact. Don't look down. Don't even use your legs until she uses her legs. If y'all order chicken together, oh, breasts only, nigga. And my therapist can't stand that joke. And I think it's because that bitch don't got legs. You know what I'm saying? Don't high five that. What's wrong with you? Wow. Man, that's the equivalent of us walking on a slave ship thinking it's a cruise. You know what I mean? Deborah's the first person to tell me I had anxiety. I have ADHD, anxiety, and depression. And I'm... First of all, I didn't know we had a gang. What a wild gang that would be. ADHD, nigga, I can't focus on shit. Nigga, you can never finish a fight. Niggas can't focus. Thank you for making me feel better about that. That was the first person to tell me I had anxiety. First person, she was like, Chris, after talking to you for a while, I think what you have and what you suffer from is anxiety. And then I said, say something else about me, bitch. Fuck you think this is? Fuck you think this is, Deborah? She said, deflecting. I'm like, you right. Damn, bitch, you good at this. She told me one of my triggers was passive aggression. I don't like passive aggression. Mean what you say what you mean. I don't like passive aggression at all. And I worked a lot of jobs. A lot of victims of passive aggression. A lot of office jobs. Yes. No, for real. And it runs rampant in office jobs. White people, y'all know, because y'all the masters of passive aggression. Y'all love being the masters of stuff. Anyway. I didn't write history, nigga. So I was working at this office, Max, right? And it got so passive aggressive. At one point I stood up and I was like, I'd rather go back to selling crack than deal with this passive aggressive bullshit y'all on. And I know that's crazy to yell at your job or anywhere, ever. But for that brief moment, I meant that shit. Because listen, there's a lot of risks to selling crack, all right? Like other gangsters selling crack. Police looking for people selling crack. Math. But the thing you do not ever have to worry about is passive aggression. I've never met a passive aggressive drug dealer or gangster in my life. I've never been selling drugs in a rival gangster's territory and he walks up like, I guess we sell drugs wherever we want to these days. Oh no, do your thing, player. Check your email, nigga. I've never seen that a day in my life. Is this your lady right here?
Yeah.
How long y'all been together?
15 years.
15 years. I love, man. Let's go. How'd y'all meet?
We met at a party.
So, just to recap. I asked this nigga, where'd y'all meet? He's like, we met at a party. Sound like an orgy to me. Hey, girl, where you from? Shit, you know where I'm from, bitch. Shit, we should talk later. 1 second. Morphin' time. I don't know why I thought when you come, you yell like a Power Ranger. My parents been together for 40 years. I think that's the accurate number. Thank you for clapping. I'll let them know you did. I had nothing to do with it. I've been trying to break them up for years. No, I'm playing. Nah, it's cool. We just never talked about mental health. We never talked about that type of shit, you know? So I knew I had a lot of resentment, and I knew I was gonna come back to them, right? I spent some time with Deborah. I had to have tough conversations with my parents, and I called them, and I just knew they wasn't gonna be ready for this. I was like, hey, we gonna have some tough conversations, because I got a lot of built-up resentment, and we need to work through it. So y'all better be ready. You ever been mad expecting somebody to push back, and they don't at all? They were like, whenever you're ready to talk, we're ready to listen. I'm already mad, nigga. I've decided I'm mad. I'm like, what? We're like, whenever you're ready to talk, we're ready to have the tough conversations. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck is going on right now? And I couldn't stop being mad, so now we're just talking about regular shit, and I sound mad as hell. I'm like, so what y'all cooking later? You know what I mean? Just... I would always lose complaint-offs with my friends. Always, because I had two parents, you know what I mean? If you don't know what a complaint-off is when you sitting in a circle with your friends and all y'all complaining about your life until some sad motherfucker wins. And everybody's like, yeah, nigga, that's fucked up. You take it. But they lose too, because they have to go back to that life after the game over. Don't know why we played this game. I would always lose, man. My cousin Trey would always come in like, Chris, you don't know shit about struggle, dog. You got two parents, my nigga. Like, I didn't even know my dad, my nigga. And my mom had to work 3 jobs and shit, dog. So it was me, raising me and my fucking sisters and brothers since I was 10 years old, Chris. You don't know shit about that. And I was like, fair. We weren't even talking about that, dog. We were in here playing Mario Kart, because we are children. Ain't always sweet. You ever have 2 people not believe in your dreams equally? You have one person like, you ain't gonna be shit. Somebody else ad-lib, show ain't. That's fucked up. People think I'm living my dream right now. Like, what was your dream as a kid? What's your name?
Carter.
Carter. Carter, what do you do right now?
I'm a surgeon.
You're a surgeon? Now, are you a single surgeon? Not for long. As soon as this nigga said surgeon, pussy got wet. Ooh. Oh, damn. I got a cut right here. When you were a kid, what was your kid dream?
I want to do what you were doing.
You want to do this. You want to talk shit. But your parents like you're a surgeon.
Nah, I just sucked.
You just sucked at this?
Yeah.
So you were like, I'm gonna just put people together then. He's like, knock, knock, who's there? A surgeon, I guess, because I sucked at. That's fire, man. I mean, your backup plan was an amazing job. This nigga looking like he's sad, nigga. This nigga be cutting people up to Donnell Jones. Where I wanna be. People think I'm living my dream right now, man, because I'm on SNL. People think I'm living my dream. I'm living white people's dreams. See, I know I'm having a great time, but y'all love SNL. On a different level, white people love SNL in a way that, like, if there was a flag to put on your house, you would have it. With, like, the years that you actually watched the show. Because only white SNL fans run up to me like, ooh, you living your dream, Chris. And I'm like, first of all, get off me. Second of all, dream, chill. I'm grateful, I'm very blessed, it's changed my life. But dream? You think I'd be 5'6" in my dreams? Nigga, no! I'd be 6'10" with wings. Same size dick, fucking in the sky. That's a dream. No, my first dream was to be a basketball player. Do you know how good you gotta be at 5'6" to make it to the NBA, only to be remembered as the little nigga that survived? What kind of legacy is that? Muggsy Bogues. Yep. You said yep. You don't know one motherfucking stat about Muggsy Bogues. All you know is that little nigga made it. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Now add on top of that the fact that I'm not good at basketball. Some would say it's an impossible task. Then my parents gonna move us to the motherfucking suburbs, so I'm in a white high school playing with these racists who think I'm good just because I'm black. I felt like Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, because the stereotype was niggas can play basketball. Well, I was there to show them not every one of us. I swear to God, I was sitting there, bro, and I was sitting there waiting to get picked. They picked me first. They were like, you. I'm like, you're gonna regret that. Right before the game started, I was like, hike, just to fuck them up. You know what I mean? I was terrible at that shit, man. I remember asking my dad for a basketball hoop. He was like, nigga, for what? Because I want to play basketball. Nigga, for who? The NBA, what that stand for? Nah, boy, The dream I chased a long time was being a rapper. From 10 to 23, no one could tell me I wasn't gonna be a rapper, bro. Nobody could tell me except time. Time told me pretty abruptly. I appreciate it so much because I still write and all that shit, but a lot of what I did there helps me with what I do now. But some stuff doesn't cross over, you know? Like how you hold the mic. This is a very comedic way to hold a motherfucking microphone. Y'all know by the way I'm holding this mic that some jokes is coming. But if I was to hold the mic like this, that's a different motherfucking energy, nigga. You ever been to a Walgreens, bitch? Like no one needs that. The other thing that's different is the way we talk to our haters. Now there's some similarities, you know, battle rap and roasting pretty much align. But rappers are always cooler about shit, you know? The first time I heard a rapper address a hater was at the beginning of a song. It was Biggie. He was like, this is for the third grade teacher who said I would never be shit. And I thought that was dope. I would do that all the time in my rap tracks. Like, this is for the motherfuckers that said I would never be shit in music. But see, my haters were right, and that's a very different rap song. Yo, this is for all the people who said I would never be shit in music. Y'all nailed that. Damn. Crazy. I wanted to be a gangster. Man, I asked my big cousin Trey, come on, cuz, I want to be in the game. He's like, all right, man, I'm going to introduce you to my homie Chino. And if you think you good, he going to give you some shit. But if you don't sell all that, dog, it's gonna be a problem. I'm like, I could sell anything. I could sell water to a whale. This is a kid who has never seen a whale before. So we get there to Chino's house, right? We're sitting in Chino's house. Chino has a gun all the time, you know? And I was like, hey, what's up, Chino? How you doing? He's like, I ain't gonna shake hands, my nigga. So you trying to sell that shit? I'm like, yeah. Like, all right, I'm gonna give you this. If you don't sell all that. And I looked at my big cousin like, obviously you're not gonna let him cow. And he was like, that's not the way. But I was too confident and also had the shit to prove. I lived in the suburbs. I had to commute to the hood. That is not a gangster way to travel. I was sitting on the train like, we gonna be there in a minute. And I went and sold crack for 1 week. I sold a lot of drugs. I sold weed. I was pretty good at that till I started smoking most of it. And I sold crack for 1 week. You know, I had to get out the game. You gotta like who you work with. I don't know if you know this, but crackheads unpredictable, you know? I was in high school, nigga, I had homework. I had shit to do. These niggas don't have stuff. I sold 1 bag to this crackhead, and he was like, thank you. I closed the door. This nigga said, ding dong, nigga. I'm like, dog, I just sold it to you. Like, that was another man. No, it wasn't. It was you. Also, I don't have a doorbell. Why you just saying ding dong? But I remember bringing that shit back to him. I brought all the crack back. And my nigga from the trenches, you know that's not how drug dealing works. Crack don't come with a receipt, nigga. You can't bring it back. Bro, I brought that shit back. I sat down at the table like, hey, Chino, here you go. I sold a little bit, and that's what I got from that. I'm out the game, Chino. There's not a piece of crack missing from that. I didn't even talk like a nigga who knew how to sell drugs. He's like, hey, yo, sorry, but like, you know what has to happen now? He stood up, I stood up, he showed me the pistol. It was sitting in there, I was like, come on, Chino, it's right there, you can just sell that shit yourself. Nah, nigga, I told you. Cacao. I'm like, but what if we don't cacao, nigga? What if we do something different? He's like, nah, turn around, nigga. I'm like, no. Absolutely not. Because listen, this is a tense moment. If I'm about to get shot, I'm not about to fucking turn around. No, nigga, you have to, nigga, hit me. Hit me, nigga. Hope you can shoot a moving target, nigga. So he's like, turn around. I'm like, no, turn around, no. Then he pulled the gun out. It was just a handle. I'm like, Chino's like, that's why I wanted you to turn around so I go get my real gun. He ran to get his real gun. I ran home to my grandma's house. I got in the grandma's house. He knocked on the door. My grandma came out with a Desert Eagle. She was like, Chino, take your little bitch ass home. You better be in church tomorrow. And that joke is about women's strength, really. I love what, like, weed is right now, bro. Edible-wise. Like, I know St. Louis, y'all in that gray area. Y'all in that gray area right now, right? It's just, Chicago, we was in that gray area a long time. The gray area is terrible for us, black people. Because you gotta know where you stand, and that gray area is weird. It's like, it's decriminalized, but illegal. Then what the fuck do I do, nigga? See, right now, you could be like, whoop, whoop, uh-oh, hide the weed, I think. You know what I mean? Like, you in trouble. Am I going to jail? You not going to jail. Can I go home? You can't, well, It's a weird place to be at, man, especially because weed is the edibles game right now. We in the Jetsons as far as edibles are concerned, dog. The technological advancements of weed is fire, bro. Are you kidding me? You can have any snack you like with weed in it. That's crazy. Chocolate chip cookie tastes like a chocolate chip cookie. Weed is in there. Nigga, how? Surgeon? Shit's amazing, because I come from an era where you had to buy weed cookies from a grown man that does not bake. Y'all ever had to walk in a trap house and buy weed cookies from a grown gangster making cookies for the first time? Yo, these gonna be good as hell, my nigga. No, they ain't not, Marcus. That's a macaroni pie. That is not how you make cookies, dog. Yeah, I ate them. I paid for that weed. Of course I'm gonna eat those cookies, but they were terrible. They taste nasty. And like old macaroni, you ain't cleaned the pot? My teeth were green like I was eating lawnmower clippings. I'm high, but at what cost, ma'am? They taste good. That also causes a problem. Because, see, a nigga like me, I like to get high in the TSA line, especially when it's busy, because by the time I get on the plane, they kicking in. Plane taking off, I'm taking off. We all getting high together. You know what I'm saying? You know? I'm building community. So sometimes I finish my snack cookie. I remember I was like, snack cookie done, reach in my bag, give him a weed cookie. Then I pulled out an unopened package of snack cookies. And I was like, what? How are y'all still here? Is this Inception? Because I just ate you niggas. And then I realized I was talking to fucking cookies. Telltale sign, you must be high as a motherfucker. So I became a detective and I reached in my bag to pull out the evidence, see how much weed I ate by accident. And it said 550 milligrams. Oh, some of y'all do weed math too. If you don't, it's a lot. I lost my heartbeat for 5 minutes straight. Could not find that bitch. Oh, where's the beat, nigga? Where's the beat? I was like a deaf rapper in the booth. Nigga, where's the beat? I can't find the beat. I asked the dude behind me where my heartbeat was, dog. Like, where's my heartbeat at, dog? That boy said, huh? It's 6:45 in the morning. I turned back around like, he don't know where my heartbeat at. Like it was his fault. I was losing my fucking mind, dog. I was getting high by the second, and I was just seeing shit. I got all type of shit going on. My ADHD got me paying attention to dumb shit. I saw the motherfucking dog come around. I know this nigga sniffs for bombs, but I'm thinking this thing gonna get up on 2 hind legs like, that nigga high. Rough, you know, like dogs do. My anxiety is like, nigga, what if they find out about everything you ever did? How? And my depression's like, hey, nigga, remember the last time you cried in the bathtub? Like, no! I never cried in the bathtub, nigga. I was crying and I got in the tub. Eventually, nigga, that's different. But then I started talking to myself. We've all been too high before, or the people that are in here who've been high. You know what it is. You gotta talk to yourself, nigga, like an adult. Like, hey, come on, motherfucker, come on. Come on, nigga, come on. You are Christopher Red. You've been high before thousands of times. Get yourself together. This ain't the first time, nigga. Be normal. Be normal. You know what normal people don't do? Yell, be normal to yourself in a fucking airport. Because I thought I was thinking this shit, my nigga. I thought I was really up here with it. No. I yelled, be normal, bro. Be normal. The dude in front of me was like, what? I was like, me. I'm bugging, bro. I'm losing my shit. Then the line starts moving, and my head goes crazy. Like, oh, shit. Not moving, nigga. Walk normal. Walk normal. Yo, say hi, good morning. Hi, good morning. Hi. Nigga, you are not a Nazi. What are you doing? Bro, I did that for 35 minutes. I said, what's up, good morning to the same motherfucker 35 times. Yo, but the last time I said that shit, bro, this motherfucker lost his mind. He was like, it's not a good morning no more, dog. But I was too high. I didn't even know I was the cause of his anger, nigga. I saw him do that and I was like, damn, he's stressed out. He need a cookie. I was high as shit. So normal things that annoy me, which is a lot of things, were annoying me even more. Plane was delayed. Fucking hate plane delays. Know why I hate them? Not just because you have to wait, not because it just pushes your schedule, because it's the hypocrisy in it. Like if we all were late to our flights, what happens? That motherfucker is gone. But if the pilot's late, we just sitting in there eating chips on a dirty fucking carpet. And I've never seen a pilot rush. I've never seen a late pilot be like, oh, I'm so sorry, yo. I slept in, my bad. Never. They always walk calmly like, thank you for your patience. Bitch, I'd knock your ass out if you don't fly this goddamn plane. Thank you for your patience. I don't have a choice. So I remember they came through, we finally got on the goddamn plane, man. And the pilot get on.
Thank you for choosing Delta Airlines. Just spoke to Tower. Says we're 10th in line to take off. It's gonna be about an hour and a half wait. Sorry for the further delay, and thank you again for your patience. If we have any updates, we'll update you. Thank you again for choosing Delta.
And I was upset. I was high. So the first thing that came out was, fuck Tower, nigga. Fuck that nigga Tower, dog. Now I know that's the job. You know what I'm saying? But for once, I want a pilot for the people. I want a pilot to get on the intercom and be like,
Thank you for choosing Delta Airlines. This is your captain speaking. Just spoke to Tower. We're about 10th in line to take off. It's gonna be about an hour and a half wait. Tower doesn't realize I'm a real nigga and I do real things all day. We'll be in the air in 5 minutes because I don't play that shit. Fuck all that. West Side!
he's hanging out the plane. Move, motherfucker, I'm next. Sometimes he don't even land all the way. He just hover like, yo, jump out, you going to Kansas. That's the pilot I want to die with. Oh, you dying with that nigga. So what?
Try United.
United? Who said that? You said try United? Do you think that was my problem? Do you think I just never switched up airlines, nigga? I'm like, oh, Delta, please do right, but I'm not in a bad relationship. Delta, do right by me. Delta! When you were a kid, what'd you want to be? First of all, what's very funny about this is I asked her that, and before she could answer, this nigga here said, she ain't got no dreams. That's the kind of hate I can get behind, nigga. That's hilarious. What? I ain't never heard a nigga from afar hear somebody say some shit and be like, that bitch ain't got no drink. The only thing that would make that better if I asked you what you do, you's like a sleep doctor. What do you do, bro?
I'm an admissions counselor.
You're an admissions counselor? You must be fucking... Hey, hold on. No, you must be brutal, nigga. Hey, what's up, man? So what you coming to college for, man? I want to be a lawyer. No, you don't. You ever try janitor? So the plane's taking off, right? Yeah, we having fun in here, for sure. So the plane's taking off, I'm taking off. Because we all know if you ever been too high, there's a moment where you start to come down. You think you're coming down right before it gets way the fuck worse. So I'm having that moment as we taking off, as I planned, so I'm feeling good. I feel like I'm floating, dog. You know, I'm like, oh man, this is amazing. But I was doing this in real life. I don't know if you've ever done this shit next to a person on a plane, but they don't like it. Dude sitting next to me was the same dude lost his mind in the TSA line. He's like, yo, what is wrong with you, man? And I could be nothing but honest. I was like, damn, nigga, you can see that? I thought that was how I felt, nigga, my bad. But that wasn't even the highest thing I did on that flight, bro, because at one point, I stopped the flight attendant to ask her where the plane is landed. Do you know how high you gotta be to ask a flight attendant where the plane is landed casually, like you're asking for peanuts? Because I did it, I stopped like, hey, excuse me, man, where's the plane landed? And she looked at me for a long time. She's like, what? Then I clarified, the plane, where's it landed? I clarified the plane like that was the problem with the question. And she was like, Utah, sir. I'm like, nigga, for what? Who's there? And I was scared for real, niggas. I didn't know what the fuck a Utah was. As a black man that travels the world, you gotta know what kind of white people gonna be in a place because of history at any point ever. Read a book, you know? So then I hit my friend up. I was like, yo, I'm going to Utah to do some shows, man. What's the vibe like out there? And then he was like, don't give up. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm going to do shows. Like, nigga, for who? Who's out there? So he didn't help. So I got out there and I realized who's out there. You know what I'm saying? I met different types of people that I had never met in my life before in person. Meth heads, and I had never seen a meth head in person, only in Breaking Bad and Netflix documentaries, which I think was just Breaking Bad. Very different from me. Chicago, we have some of the best crackheads in the world. If there was an Olympic Games for crackheads, we win every year for events like Lean Them or Never Falling. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen a crackhead almost fall for 15 minutes? That shit is amazing. Nigga, look at that nigga ankles. Oh, the strength in that nigga ankles, he going for the goal. A meth head was a completely different experience. First of all, they were mostly white. I was like, whoa. Second of all, it was a different high. He was like, yo, give me $1, brother. And before I could get the dollar out, he took off running full speed. I was confused. I'm like, how did you get the dollar, fam? Are you gonna lap back around the block? I don't understand. And then I saw him later trying to lift a Nissan Altima with his bare hands. I said, it's a different kind of drug. And Mormons, and like, what? Like, I know they got a book on Broadway, but them niggas different. That shit crazy to me. Okay, so a Mormon comic came to pick me up from the airport, right? So we had a good conversation about Mormonism, because I had never cared before. Oh, I ain't know y'all care about everything, nigga. I can't. I ain't got the time. We had a good conversation about it, man, you know? And he was like, well, we can't have sex until marriage. I'm like, damn, that sucks, 'cause sex is dope. And he's like, well, there are loopholes. And that's when I said, what? He's like, there are loopholes. Oh, I heard what you said. I just don't know what that means, fam. And he was like, well, Jesus said you can't have sex with the vagina, but no one said anything about the butt. And then that's when I said, whose Jesus is this? Not my Jesus. You got a ratchet Jesus, sir. Yo, Jesus is from New Jersey. Yo, Jesus came back on Monday. A day late with an open robe and some frantic energy. Woo! It got crazy up there, Saint. Sorry about that. Anyway, water the wine. Fuck that butt. See you on Christmas. All right now. It's your boy. How long y'all been together? 10 months? Oh, that's fresh as hell. I don't fuck with couples under a year, you know what I'm saying? Anything can break you niggas up. But how'd y'all meet?
My friend
your friend's Tinder. It was your face, but her Tinder. So your friend was catfishing with your face. And she tried to catfish this nigga, and you were like, I got this bitch. Move out. I love love, I really do, man. I really love love a lot. I think about my parents all the time. It's probably why I love love, because I've seen two people in love, you know what I mean? And I think there's like, everybody, you ask anyone in love, they're like, well, the thing is communication, loyalty. But I also think a major part of being in love for a long time is pettiness. You need a masterful amount of pettiness in a relationship, in a good one. Because I've seen good couples outside. Only good couples can do shit like fight in the morning and still go out that same day because you already bought tickets. You know what I'm saying? We've seen these couples outside at Olive Gardens and Olive Gardens, mostly Olive Gardens. I worked at an Olive Garden. But you always see them, fuck you, table for two, please. This is my only day off, don't embarrass me in here. Shit's real, bro. I really think that. I think the worst love story of all time is Romeo and Juliet. I think that's the worst, whitest love story of all time. My family isn't like your family, let's kill ourselves. Nigga, what? That's some bullshit. I've been in real love, man. Families don't get along all the fucking time. We don't go home and end it. That's insane, you immature motherfucker. I've been in real love. My girl had to come home like, let's kill ourselves for love. I was like, You go first. I'm right behind you. The poison's right here. That wouldn't work out. I'm black in America, you know what I mean? Cops show up, she dead, I'm not. How that look? You saying she killed herself, sir? For love, officer. Heard of it? Why you ain't kill yourself? Someone has to tell our story. I will not be forgotten. In this story, I do have hair. You should never hit a woman. Transition. Smooth as shit. I believe that firmly. You should never hit a woman. I've been raised to believe that, and I agreed when I grew up. Another thing I agree with but don't understand, though, is my dad always said, now, son, when you walk with a woman outside after a date, you walk on the outside closest to the street, she walks on the inside, because that's what gentlemen do. Because just in case a car jumps the curb, you can stop it with your love or some dumb shit. It don't make no sense. Even if I was getting robbed on the street, they're not coming from my side to be polite. That's insane. But I do it anyway, I don't understand. But that's how raising works, right? Your parents instill some shit and you get older and you're like, I still agree. I would never do that, not built like that. I would never even think about it, even though I have met some women where I was like, I get it. But I would never do it. I would never do it. I promise you, I've thrown people out of my life for this shit, bro, for real. Like I had a cousin and one of my best friends I had to throw out of my life, bro. I had to pull him off his girlfriend several times. Our last conversation, I was like, dog, if you keep doing this shit, I can't be around you. Can't associate myself with you at all. He was like, Chris, I know I got a problem, man, so sometimes she just makes me so mad, dog. I just want to throw her in traffic. Nigga, what? You want to throw her in traffic? That's crazy, my nigga. Because traffic is still. You're not even hurting her, nigga. She's just in the way. How you bad and dumb? Get the fuck out of my house, dog. I hate that shit, bro. I'll tell you the story. So we were in Chicago, negative 20 degrees, broad nighttime. We were both drunk. I was driving. Shouldn't have been. It was illegal. What, you gonna go back in time? Minority report me? Shut the fuck up. I'm deflected. I'm sorry. Deborah would say I'm deflected. So we having a fight. I'm trying to get her back in the car. And I was like, yo, just get in the car. We talk about this at home. She's like, nah, fucking get away from me. I'll smack the shit out of you, Chris. I'm like, no, you won't. And then she did it because she's goal-oriented. Also, I was high as hell, cocky about it, real slow to react. Like, I saw the smack coming, I was like, we got more time. No, we don't. No, we don't. Also, who is we? I'm sitting there with a freshly smacked face. She's like, you ain't gonna do nothing, Chris, because you was raised right. Like, what the fuck kind of shit is that to say? That's attacking all my ego. Now I gotta kill this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, I didn't do that. That'd be crazy to fucking kill someone and then do a tour about it. What am I, a 90s rapper? No. So I obviously didn't do that, you know what I'm saying? But then she started getting cocky. If you ever hit somebody, you know, once you hit somebody and it connects, you start getting fucking... You think you Mayweather. She swung again, this time hard as hell, and I could see it coming, and I ducked, and she twirled. And the sound she made when she twirled is a sound I've never heard from anyone again. She twirled, it was like, well. This is a grown black woman from Chicago. Well, yeah, that's, the fuck is that, dog? That's Porky Pig coming, dog. That's what that is. That's all, folks. And she twirled around, she fell in the bushes right behind her, dog, and I loved every second of that. Cause I can't hit her, I won't hit her, but that bush, whew. It was negative 20 degrees. That bush, no leaves, all sticks. You heard the whole fall. Man, I love that bush. Every time I go back to Chicago, I drive by that bush and I salute that motherfucking bush. Only bush I would have voted for, to be honest with you. And I looked up to my cousin Trey. He was the coolest. Like I told y'all before, I gave y'all a little sample of that nigga, but he was the dopest. He was the most gangster, coolest. He had the most money, girls, cars, all that. He was also mean as hell. And he definitely did rob all of us at one point. He was the type of guy that robbed his family before he took his talents to the streets. You know what I'm saying? Take your $100, make you look for it with him. Like, it's weird, you know? But I looked up to this man because he was the toughest dude. And I was like, yo, come on, Trey, let me be down. Like, nah, you fucked up the shit with Chino, nigga. You ain't even ready for this. Like, nah, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm older now. Let's go. He was like, all right, you got to be ready for whatever. I'm like, when that day come, when whatever come, I'm going to be fucking ready, cuz. 3 weeks later, we walk into the corner store, you know, just get some fucking candy or whatever the fuck I'm getting. And then all of a sudden, my cousin pushed this dude. Dude turned around, who the fuck pushed me? And I was like, I'm about to see my cousin get it in. This is dope. And my cousin was like, he did. And I was like, oh, whatever is here, nigga. You know, he was like, I'm gonna fuck you up, motherfucker. And I didn't know what to say. So all that came out was, no! I thought that was a good place to start. I don't see the outcome you see. I don't know anybody that starts a fight like, I'm gonna fuck you up. Yeah, you are. Make it quick. You know, I don't know that. I'm not that guy. I said, no, but I knew that no wasn't enough. I could tell by the faces of everyone who was watching the altercation. My cousin like, uh-huh. I was like, oh, okay. So I just said what he said. I'm like, no, I'm gonna fuck you up. Here's the thing about me saying it, is that I didn't make it to up. So what I said to this grown man was, I'ma fuck you! Which is a very different message, I think. Now the reason I didn't get to up is because he hit me so fast in the throat. I mean, directly in the middle, and I farted right after that. I don't know if you know anything about the body, but these two things ain't connected at all. You shouldn't get hit here and that shouldn't happen to you, dog. Bro, it was crazy. You ever sneeze and fart at the same time and realize you're not in control of your life? You ever? Achoo! What the fuck? That has to be Jesus. That's crazy. I farted, bro, and it was wild. Like, it pissed my cousin off. He grabbed me from under my arm, dragged me all the way home. And it was crazy. I was being heckled by the crackhead across the street because he saw a very different fight than the fight that went down. He was like, that's right! Don't let nobody fuck you! You know what I mean? I was like, no. And my cousin threw me in the house. Motherfucker, see, I told you you ain't built for this shit, nigga. You out here getting hit in your goddamn throat and tooting? I'm like, tooting? This a grown gangster, killer for sure. Tooting? Like a choo-choo train, nigga? He's like, you tooting? It wasn't the right time to make fun of the man, but I kept it in here. He ain't talked to me for about half a year. I thought my gangster career was over with. Truly. And then he called me, right? I put it on speakerphone because I had been talking to my friends who I play video games with. I was like, I'm telling my cousin gonna call me, man, and he gonna let me come back and prove myself. She's gonna be dope. And then he finally did. I saw the call coming, so we all gathered around the speakerphone, put it on speakerphone, like, what's up, cuz? What's good? I'm sitting there fronting, and then he says, first line, he was like, I found the nigga you farted on. I didn't fart on the nigga. So I picked up the phone like, hey, nigga, you can say hi, bro. That works, too. He's like, listen, you want to roll with me and my niggas, man? So you can go ahead and prove yourself. I'm like, hell yeah, cuz. I'm ready to redeem myself. He was like, you were not a coupon, nigga. Shut the fuck up. I was like, right. And then I got in the car. I was in the middle, in the back seat. It was two grown-ass motherfuckers that I just knew rolled with my cousin there. And then my cousin was in the passenger side, and my other cousin was driving the car. And he was like, yo, they right up the street, so we gonna roll up on these motherfuckers, pop out, knock their ass out, and we gonna go to McDonald's for whatever reason. So we riding for a while. I'm like, yo, so they right up the street? He's like, yeah, they right up the street. I'm like, all right, it's a long street, nigga. And then I had to pee, so I had to ask him. I was like, yo, hey, cuz, can we stop so I can piss real quick? He's like, hell no, only bitches pee. I'm like, that's not true at all. I know we gangster, nigga, but come on. But the dude next to me was so scared of my cousin, he was like, I ain't never peed a day in my life. Like, who the fuck is this idiot? I'm like, come on, cuz, stop so I can pee. I ain't stopping, dog, so piss yourself. I'm like, what a terrible outfit to wear to a fight. They already know me as fart boy, not gonna show up and waddle up with piss pants. I'm not doing that. I was like, come on, stop. He's like, we not stopping. And neither was this piss, so I had to figure something out. And I saw this cup that was sitting right there for a long time. Nobody was drinking out of it. I watched it for 5 more minutes. Nobody drank out of it again, so I grabbed it. It was pretty empty. I made a wall with my coat, a pee wall, if you will. And I pissed in it, put the cap back on, put it back in the middle, and I watched it to make sure nobody drank out of it. Also, if someone did, I wasn't gonna say shit. Because I was terrified, nigga, what? But I was watching it like I was gonna say shit, but I wasn't gonna say shit, though. And no one touched it, though. I was so glad until the very end of the ride. Right before we got to where we was going, man, it was slow motion. My cousin rolled the window down, threw out the blunt. Then he did this. The driest mouth in the county, nigga. Then he grabs it and took the biggest swig of that shit I ever seen in my life. Y'all acting like y'all were there. Shit was nasty, bro. And he was like, oh, what the fuck? He threw that shit out the window like, who the fuck put warm beer in my cup, bro? And that's when I knew for sure that my cousin had never drank piss before. I'm glad y'all proud of him too. I was gonna take that shit to the grave with me, man, but then my cousin got locked up, so I feel safe. I'm just playing. I told him for real. He did get locked up for stuff he definitely did. Now I'm not snitching, it's public knowledge at this point. He's gone for a minute. But we still fall for him. And I don't know if you know how fucked up it is to know someone's guilty, but still be out there with free Trey shirts, knowing he did it. Free Trey! Knowing that nigga guilty. Free Trey! He was definitely there. Free Trey! Playing the whole thing. Because that was like my family motto. We ride for each other regardless of the fact. And that might put us in some difficult situations, but that's what we do. And we were out there, free Trey. But in the back of my mind, I was like, take your time, though. I was there when this house got raided. I didn't want to be there. You know what I'm saying? They don't warn you when they come in. It's kind of their thing. They pop up. Surprise party you never wanted. All I know is it was like the 5th time I was ever high playing Call of Duty. And Call of Duty got real IMAX 3D on the nigga. Because as I was swinging in a house with a gun on the game, they swung in our house with guns. And I was like, damn. PS2 is on some new shit. Oh, these niggas are real. I got on the ground, they pushed my cousin Trey to the wall. They were like, freeze, Trey Johnson, you under arrest. And that's when Trey said the wildest thing I've ever heard anyone say to the police to their face. He looked them dead in their eyes, and he was like, about time. And everyone was confused immediately. What? I think a bird stopped flying. Like, nigga, what? He's like, you should have caught me last year. We was like, shut up. You still gotta go to court, fam. This is gonna be a slam dunk case. And it was. I've never seen somebody go to jail that fast. I think the prosecutor wore sweatpants. Nobody tried. Even the cops were trying to help this nigga out. They were like, you do have the right to remain silent, my nigga. Like, you won't silence me. It was a confusing part of Trey's takedown. And I remember when he went to jail, a lot of people wrote him off. You know, I still put money on his books and went to visit him because I just don't like the thought of my fucking family being alone, no matter if they bad or not. So I would go visit him, right? And he was definitely still an asshole about it. I went to visit him, he's like, oh, look at this bitch ass nigga Chris coming up seeing me, old bitch ass nigga. Who am I? I'm like, dog, it wasn't even that kind of fart, dog. You gotta chill. And he's like, nah, you the bitch that fart. Look at your head. And so I'm impulsive, so I lost it. And I was like, that's why you drank my pee, nigga! All right, here's the thing about this, is yes, I did do that weird-ass Morphin' Time Power Ranger shit, but also I definitely forgot people heard that out of context. And it was so weird for the room. Everybody was like, we're done for the day. But what was fucked up about it, as soon as I said that, the look on his face, he knew the exact day I was fucking talking about. It had been years. The second I saw it, he was like, I knew that wasn't warm beer. That nigga punched out a guard. That guard didn't do anything. We ain't talked for months, man. I thought we would never talk again. Then he hit me, to come visit him, so I did. And it was different, I pulled up, and he had a whole different vibe. He's like, hey, cuz, come sit down, boy. Hey, man, it's good to see you, my nigga. You look good. So already I'm like, what the fuck is this? He's like, hey, man, I just want to say, dog, like, man, I got my GED in here, I got a job and shit. I've been going to counseling, so working through my shit, I'm a Muslim now. I'm like, oh, congratulations. He's like, yeah, dog, I read the Bible every day. I'm like, that's the wrong book. He in there a long time. I ain't about to fuck up his progress. And he's like, yo, I just want to say, man, like, I know you looked up to me, dog, and I didn't do right by you as your big cousin, man, and I apologize for that shit, dog, It was weirdly a sweet moment. But I had to ask him, though. I was like, yo, man, when you got arrested, though, cuz, like, and you said about time, should have caught me last year. Why'd you say that? And he was like, look, man, I only had two options. I had a lot of guns upstairs. Could have lit that shit up, went out like Scarface, you know what I'm saying? But you and my sister and my brother was downstairs. I couldn't put y'all through that shit, so I knew it was my time to go. But I wanted all them niggas in that room to know, all them cops, I wanted all them cops to know they are very bad detectives. And that's the level of petty I want in my relationship, nigga, because that's petty. That's petty. My man went to jail for life only to have cops going to bed like, last year, what did we miss,